Hello one and all, my name is Sean Splains and this is Civilization VII. In our last game we finished off our Antiquity Age as Persia and now we've moved into the Exploration Age as Sengoku Japan. But what you might notice is it looks very different because I had a bit of an incident where I saved this on my quick save part of the game, which as many of you will know if you press this button just puts it really quickly in a quick save element and you don't have to worry about it as long as you don't overwrite it. But I was testing some different things with the new leader that came out this week and I unfortunately overwrote my save file for the game that we done on YouTube the last few weeks. So I had two choices where I either just came out and said this has happened and we'll just go for a different angle and I would play as the new leader, but I decided that I would just quickly run through another antiquity with the same build. So I played as Trung Trac and I played as Persia, and I tried to be as true to it as possible, where I only really built the Gate of All Nations, but I had a much nicer start with more production and more food, so I had the grace to go for pyramids, but I actively tried to not build too many wonders and make the game too different from the first attempt. Although I did manage to do a little bit more city building in general, so I didn't get as much experience on the commanders. So we'll notice that the commander levels are a lot lower than it was in the other game, unfortunately. Even though this is meant to be a really serious military game, I didn't make as many units in the early game, so it kind of caught up with me in the end, and I wasn't able to really replicate what we had done before. But ultimately I used the same build. I managed to take two players out of the game and I was very comfortably taking out Benjamin Franklin. These are his 4 settlements that he has left. I took his capital off him last game. We had Catherine the Great up here and I took her settlements out. And then we had Lakshmibai down here and I managed to take her settlements off of her. Then we've started a war against the actual new leader who's in the game, which I believe is Yi Sun Shin. I could be wrong on that. I apologise if that is the wrong pronunciation. I haven't double checked it yet. But we have him in the game and he's sitting down here. He's quite a strong military leader. And as I mentioned before, I actively put Tubman and Gilgamesh in the game because Gilgamesh is usually a good ally, although he turned against me in this one. And Tubman was really good because it allowed us to get the triumph that we wanted, to get the +1 war support in all wars and 50% off of our war support from now on. So it's a very similar setup. We've got the same triumphs, we've got a similar amount of commanders, it's just that we've got less levels on the commanders and we have more city building elements instead. So I'll just try and carry on the way I would have intended if things didn't go wrong, and we'll just see how this game plays out. I would like to think that I can actually close the game up in exploration and kill everyone, but we'll see how we get on. Firstly, we have this narrative choice that comes with Japan, where we get the option of 2 combat strength on all infantry units or +1 influence in cities. Both have their bonuses. This will obviously help us pay for different things, but I think the +2 combat strength is what we're looking for. We've already got a lot of ways to get influence. So we'll look at this commander who we got from one of our triumphs, so we're allowed to actually put 4 points straight into them. And since I haven't done it yet, I'm going to actually push down the leadership tree with this guy, and I'll go for the coordinated attack side. And then we get Old Guard for free as we're playing Japan, so I don't need to pick that ability up. I'll get it automatically soon. So I'll just go all the way down, and then I will add command range, because that means that when I do the coordinated attack, everybody in this range will be able to do the coordinated attack. So we'll move him up here, get some units into him and get him moving. Ultimately, first of all, I'm going to attack Benjamin and try and take him out of the game. And I'll shore up my defences because I only actually had 1 commander down here, so I was more trying to farm XP by sitting in his territory rather than actually doing any meaningful damage down there. At the moment, we do have the option to just make more samurai. Again, like I focused way too... I personally really like city building games, so when I was doing this casually by myself and I wasn't talking through it, I just got a bit lost in building things because it's too easy to do in this game, but I'll stay a little bit more focused. We really don't need any buildings at all, unless it's production based. If we can buy it with gold, production based things are good. But outside of that, I think we've got enough commanders, because I think we have 7 commanders, and we just want to be making samurai this game and send them to the front lines consistently, and that will really help us in the long run. This settlement I will also make into a city and have, oh, still in production, and I will have them just making samurai. Ideally I want 3 cities just constantly making samurai and sending them to the front lines. The idea is that you'll just burn your units and overall keep on reinforcing yourself, never run out, and everything works out. Got pretty average production across the board since this is the new capital, and I did the trick where it allowed me to basically get 2 cities for free. As I mentioned in my age transition video, if people have watched it, if you change your capital, your original capital stays a city and the new capital becomes a city too, so it can save you a little bit of money at the start of the next stage. And ultimately we don't really care about shipbuilding in this case, because we're not really going to be going overseas. All we care about is getting units. So I will push down the tree, there should be a point, so we get the +3 combat strength for ranged and siege units. And then we've also got heraldry, which gives us the 3 combat strength for infantry. So I'll push for heraldry first, and then I'll get heraldry 2, and after that I pretty much don't care about the science tree, because we're only going to be using infantry units anyway for the most part. And instead of going for economics or piety or literally anything on this tree, we just want to go into Sengoku civics and get this as quickly as possible, because it gives our military units full combat strength even when damaged, which is ridiculous. This pairs up, like I mentioned in my last video, very nicely with, if we go into the tree here, the advancement ability, because it means that you get +5 combat strength when your units are at full health, and since they are acting as if they're at full health all the time, this is just a permanent +5 damage. So that's going to come in very handy for us. Here I want to try and just focus on having as much health in production as possible. And again, as I mentioned, we got the traditions to come forward with us, so we get to keep the 25% production towards infantry units and the -2 maintenance for them, so that's going to save us a lot of money in the long run. And we get to keep the Capricana for extra gold whenever we conquer settlements, which we're going to continue to conquer settlements, so that's only going to get more and more useful. We want gold and happiness, that's our kind of 2 main focus points, because we're going to be suffering our happiness when we go over our settlement limit again, which is inevitable. And then the only thing we're interested in when it comes to city-states is we want all the military ones that we can see. So we can see we have a military one here for 340, and then we've got another military one up here. We do have other options. I might go for the economic ones when I have the time and space to do so, but I'm not going to rush them. The most important thing for me is I go for the military ones and I take the +1 combat strength for military units per military city-state, and take the +1 settlement limit that you can get from them, because they're the only things that are really of value to me. And here I will pack up all of my commanders. I think I'll start at Ravena, as that's quite open and that'll be easy to take. In fact, let me look at this. I'll start at Catana and I'll just work my way around in a semicircle. So if I take, oh, I can even get the cog and that can do some damage. If I take the Dongnae, and we can even just declare war on Ben right away, because I know I just want to go and attack him. So we get +2 right away, and because we get the -50%, instead of this being 120 for our first one, which is what it usually is, it's now 80, and then it goes up to 120, and the scaling is a lot slower, so having that 50% off is a godsend in my opinion. We get 1 free merchant or 1 free armourer purchase. I think we'll take the armourer purchase because that gives us more production later on. Harriet Tubman's happy with us for attacking other people that isn't her, but she's going to be regretting that soon enough when I finally get to her. Move this guy around here. So we'll just try and get into position. Again, unfortunately, as much as this game was a much easier game, which also didn't help for me getting experience in the first stage, in our first attempt that we saw, the reason I got so much experience is because the battles were so awkward and it took so long to take settlements, so I was getting lots and lots and lots of experience from fighting enemy. In this game it was a lot of open battles, which makes it a lot simpler to take settlements, but because you're taking them so easily you're not getting as much experience. But I will push this guy here, and I'll find out where I do have an amphibious leader. That is not you. I need to get the amphibious leader in range so that we can get the bonus from them. Cycle through them. So this guy is our amphibious leader, so as long as he is standing within range, it'll be fine. I kind of want him to focus on that as well though. I need them to move across by 1. Will I get these guys? So I can pack this guy up and send him over to this front line. I can pack this guy up and send him to this front line. We'll just move all of the units into position. This is a good thing about exploration compared to antiquity, is you can just go straight into the war element. You should already really be prepared for what you're going to be doing. So I'll move him back by 1 at the moment. And we'll move this commander forward by 1. We'll move this archer here and hopefully they can shoot across. We'll move this cog round to here and they can do a little bit of damage to the walls. Then I'll pack all of these units into other commanders because they can't do anything of use right now. Move them across and then pack them into this commander. This unit can actually attack, but I don't think I would get experience for. Oh no, we get experience into that guy, that's fine then. So just attack into him, get the experience on the commanders. We've got these 2 kind of stray units as well, we'll just move them up. Got all of these guys. We'll just kind of push them down so they can join into this other commander. And then these other 3 can fast travel to the front lines. Although I think I should fast travel them over here, because this commander doesn't have any backup. And this new commander that I've just made, I will actively send over to the left to help this guy out as well. Because if I can get just kind of more wars on the go to get through this as quickly as possible, that'll be useful. So skip turn with him, we'll send these units across. There will be moments here where it's going to feel quite long because I'm trying to command so many different units, but it should be fine. We'll move this guy around here and we'll move this guy around here and they can just settle. I'll wait a couple of turns until I have more units before I decide to actually push there. And just as a quick recap, I'll just go over the choices that we've made. So we have the Shogunate, so we get +1 influence, +3 culture, +3 science for every army commander experience earned in combat. And to pair up with that nicely, we have Scythian Battle Axe to give us another +1 gold per age, which is 2 gold in this case, per commander experience, and then +10% commander experience, and +50% when within the radius of a higher level commander. So helpfully I've tried to give all of the commanders the +1 command radius to pair up with this as well, so they're all within each other's radii as often as possible to get the +50% experience. And then since we're playing as Japan, one of their traditions, which is not in this one, is a +100% commander experience, so we're really just going to be farming a lot of resources through a lot of different means. We should be flying up the levels, we should be killing enemies fast and getting through the game. And for people that don't know, the main reason that I was talking about how good... Oh, he's decided to attack us, but he's, as far as I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's over here. We're not really threatened by that. Anyway, the reason I was saying samurai were so good is, one, they have the ability to attack for free effectively when you get to the end of this, and they always have full health. But they also don't upgrade by conventional means. They upgrade by killing 3 units, and then you can click this button. You don't need the science tree, which is why we dropped the science. We just upgrade them by killing things, and that's that. And 3 units can sound like a lot, but it really doesn't take a long time to get that going, and we'll show that off here. So we'll move him across, and I'll first of all use the cog to attack into Katana. And then I will use the heavy archer to pepper it a little bit more. Then to finish it off, we'll just do a combined attack. Nearly finishes it off. You can see all the science pop up, so we'll get science, we'll get influence, we'll get gold, and we'll get culture whenever we attack things, which is going to ramp up very, very fast, I feel. We'll push the archer into this position. Hopefully they can reach the city centre of Rouen, which they can. And then again we'll do a combined attack. I will point out that the combined attacks from the Dongnae specifically will be very strong, because we actually made it to the bottom of the tree and get +5 combat strength for both focus fire and coordinated attack. And we can see all of the different pop-ups here. We're getting a lot of resources on our top line, and we actually finished one of our sciences there and got halfway round the next science just from attacking for a turn. It is actually ridiculous how much you get out of this. Now looking at the different options we have for our celebrations. If you're playing a more passive game and you're going for a culture victory, you want to play Theocracy, and in my opinion just click the receive a free relic every single time. This will stack up really well and you'll get through your culture victory quite quickly. If you're playing a money game or just a general safe building game, Plutocracy is always a good choice. Having the -2 maintenance on your specialists can be really good for most games. And having the 600 immediate gold is good to get you out of a pinch if you need money in a certain situation, as well as the +10 trade range actually being kind of valuable. But today we're going to push for Feudal Monarchy, purely for the +3 combat strength. Your highest level commander receiving a free promotion can also be good, but we don't really need more promotions on the highest commander. They're already doing what they need to do, and they'll naturally get promotions anyway because we have so much XP gain. So the +3 combat strength will be much more important for us. So we'll take that. And we actually get our first celebration in 2 turns, so we're already going to be abusing that before long. This army commander can just wait for a turn. And this army commander, I will shuffle this samurai into, and I'll try and put this samurai into this guy over here. We don't really need to do anything of importance. We can actually steal some science. I think I'm going to take Rouen out anyway because a lot of the resources don't mean much to me, so I'll just steal that science. We actually got Mausoleum of Theodoric in the last age from taking this settlement, so we get +100% pillage yields, and then also some of our commanders have the ability of +50%, so we're actually getting +150% pillaging, which means we get a lot of health back when we do farms, and we get a lot of science and culture. We're just going to keep on making our samurai and keep on sending them to the front lines. And this game will go by relatively fast, I would think. For a military game at least anyway. These games are notoriously slow. So I'll just pick this guy up, move him into there. Move all of them into the commander. I should have probably picked up maneuver so I could get him over here a bit faster, but it'll be okay. We take a little bit of damage on this samurai, but now we can just take Katana. And next turn we should comfortably be able to take Rouen as well, so that's us got 2 down already on turn 3. Gilgamesh turns against us again, that's fine. He doesn't have any war support against us, so we'll just keep an eye out on the war support and make sure that they're all positive at all times, and apart from that I'm not entirely fussed what the situation is. I think here I'll just push this samurai into the settlement to take it, to get the experience. Since he's already quite low health, I will just leave him in there to heal for the time being. We'll raise the settlement, and now this cog can push round the outside and help us take Rouen and Neapolis and Aquilea for the time being. So we'll push these samurai back into the Dongnae. We'll put the heavy archer back into Dongnae, and we'll put this samurai in here. And if we look at this, it was him that got the credit for the kill, so now that says 1 out of 3, so as soon as we kill 2 more units we can actually upgrade them into a higher level samurai. And we should be able to just do a coordinated attack to finish this off. They already have a full set of units, so I'll actually use this guy to do the coordinated attack. Oh, they actually hold on impressively. Those Chevalier are really strong units. How much combat strength? They actually really did a lot of damage to mine. Should maybe check that first. So I'll move this guy around, put a unit there, and if we look, yeah, they've got really high combat strength. Normanitis +5, 3 against slower units. That's interesting. I never actually looked at the Chevalier much before, but that's a really strong ability. So we'll do another determined attack to get a little bit more combat strength. And even though these guys are really low and I'll probably lose 1 or 2 of them, I have so many units that it's not an issue for me. So we'll just continue to move around. We've got more Chevalier coming up here. I can actually move this guy around, and then this should go a little bit smoother. How much movement have we got? We've only got 1 movement left. We've got so many samurai getting built that we don't need to worry about losing units. Move this guy here, and then move that commander down 1. We're in a stalemate, but as soon as we hit 1, the second one will do a lot more damage. Getting experience and getting all of the other things attached to it is really important. We'll take the extra happiness there, and we actually get an upgrade on this commander. So I will just go into the +2 for infantry attacking and push down that tree. And this commander wants to just get round here as quickly as possible, so I'll tell him to do that. And then we're waiting quite some time for these units, so we'll just wait until they've arrived before we start war on this commander, on this opponent again. Take a fair chunk of damage, but I think we'll be okay. They've decided to randomly build another unit to make it harder for us to take that settlement, but we should be okay, we should still manage. Leave this guy to heal. Have we got space? No, we don't have space, that's probably why he's there. So you can move along. I can move this commander here. Then they can heroic assault into that, but first I'll push a samurai. Then do our heroic assault to deal a chunk of damage. Nearly takes him out actually. Finish him off with this samurai. And then we get our first celebration, so we actually get our +3 combat strength for our military units. Applies to all military units, which is nice. And we get the ability to probably push for more gold actually. Just more gold means we can build more things. Is always nice. And I'll do another combined attack into the Chevalier, although I don't really want to lose units for free, because if you lose units whilst you're attacking, you actually don't get any experience for it. So I'll attack there, and then I'll do a combined attack on the scout since it doesn't actually hurt us in any way. So there we take Rouen. We conquer our first capital, so we get 4 dominion, which helps us a little bit, it's not massive. I think we keep the settlement since it technically counts as a capital. They keep on rotating their capital every time you take them, so I've never actually checked to see when you go into the military tree, does that count as an extra capital? No, it just counts as a normal settlement. So I don't have to worry about keeping them every single time. Oh no, that's original, so if we look at Catana, Rouen. Oh, Rouen doesn't count as an original capital, so yeah, I can just raise any future settlements that I want. Although keeping the settlements is how you get your military victory, so I should really hold on to them as best as I can. We can put the pigs in there so that we make our samurai faster. And ideally we'll get 1 more guy of use into this commander. And then send him round to Neapolis. So I'll probably move across here. And this guy can just move down because it's only a settler anyway, so we don't have to worry too much. This commander can pack a couple of guys into him. We can hopefully get some damage down here. So move him there, move this unit across, and move this samurai here. Unfortunately, because I've got like so many samurai, it's probably going to be quite hard to upgrade them, because it'll be hard to target attacks and stuff. But we'll do our best to make it work. Move the commander in there. Just keep moving the cog around. I don't think I'll have time to help against Neapolis, but by the time it gets round here, it'll probably be able to help. We get another unit, so we'll send it along this way if we can. We can't at the moment. So I figured out when I was doing this game again, I wasn't too sure sometimes when you weren't able to send units, and it seems like they've done a minor fix. It used to be that you could send units infinitely, and these guys could be trailing off the screen, and you could send like 20 units across to your commander, but it seems like you can only now send up to their capacity. In this case it seems to be +1, but I think that's because I put the unit in afterwards. You can only actually send up to their capacity now. But if, like I mentioned before, if you are waiting and then you do that, it will still allow you to put that 4th one, 5th one and 6th one in, but it won't allow me to send anymore. So it seems like they've done a minor fix on that since before the Brush and Blade update. So again, we want to just move this unit. I don't know what I clicked on. We want to move this unit to go there as quickly as possible, and we want to move this unit to go there as quickly as possible. Even the heavy archer I'll just move across. And we have 318, so we've nearly got enough influence to push into Etokos. So we'll do that soon. Oh, he's actually pushing up to try and take Ostia back, which we took last stage. So I'll probably use gold to make some units here.
50 years.
We get our first one, so we get the tradition slot, which is nice. I will take Shahansha because that gives us an extra 3 combat strength in opponent's territory. I'll just use this unit to kill the settler. Then there's no zone of control, so I can actually move. Selection of tiles is not great right now. I can move here, put him in there, and do a combined attack into Neapolis. Move this unit across, and then the Trung can pretty much come straight down to Ravena. This commander can also just head straight for Ravena, and these 3 units, since they are all so low, I'll just leave them there. This commander can continue. I don't think I'll actually need them, so I'll get this commander to also head down here. And this guy can just heal for a bit. This unit wants to just head across as quickly as possible. And we've got another samurai we've just built, so it's going to look very overwhelming very quickly. But we're getting through it. We take a lot of damage in Ostia. I forgot to make a unit there. We've actually met another one of the leaders in the game, in Jose Rizal. We'll just leave him with a negative greeting and then we'll deal with him later on whenever we find where he is. We actually don't have any military aid which would be useful, so he would probably help us out with that. Gives us an extra 2 attack, and in this case every little definitely helps. We'll take a samurai in Ostia. And we'll unpack here so we can start doing some damage. So we actually have some more samurai to put down. This is going to continue to look quite awkward for a while, so bear with me. Attack into this guy, attack into this settlement. We can move the commander down 1 more. And then move him down there. We've got this commander who can move round here and put an extra unit to the left hand side of Ravena. Oh, he even gets to move round and still attack. And then we can do the combined attack into the settlement again, taking down the walls. So Ravena's going to succumb next turn, and Neapolis goes down right now. So we get that, we can raise it. Or do we just keep everything? I think we'll just keep everything. Because your kind of goal at this point is to try and get as much dominion as possible, you need to hold on to all of the settlements. It's just out of habit, usually I would just raise things I don't need. But I'm forgetting that I'm going for a specific victory. We can get the first strike on this commander, which means we also get another one of these. And I'll actually take Heroic Assault. I think Heroic Assault, for me, I've had another think about this as I've been playing this game. I think Heroic Assault is better than Second Wind in most situations, purely because Second Wind uses up your whole movement for your commander. And if you do that, then you can't do your coordinated attack, which allows you to get more damage down. But if you do Heroic Assault, it only takes up one of your commander's movement points, and they typically have 4 when they're packed. So, or 4 in my case because I have Maneuver, they typically have 3 when they're packed. But the fact that you can use Heroic Assault and then still use Coordinated Attack makes this more valuable than the Second Wind for me, so that's why I've kind of made a little bit of a shift there. Also, while we're here, it's actually quite useful that I had to redo the game because we have the new peace deals. So when I want to make peace with someone, which I can't do with him right now, if I wanted to make peace with someone, we now have the option to use gold and influence within the peace deals, and I think at the moment that is very, very strong. I had situations where, in this game specifically, I was in a situation where I was making peace with Lakshmibai after I took her capital, and she only had this settlement left, and I could have just killed her, but she was offering me 500 gold and 100 influence to leave her alone, and in Antiquity that is a lot of resources, so I just took it and then took her out in 10 turns after that, and it was worth it. So the fact that I've added that in gives a whole new dimension to trade deals, and also I feel like that gives more value to all of your means of getting more war support with your Gate of All Nations. If you are allies with someone and they give you war support, let's say you're playing as Gilgamesh and you're getting the +2 war support that he gets, wherever it is, the +2 war support when in only one alliance, you could just recycle this over and over. We now have much more value in war support. It makes much more sense because you want to be recycling the wars and forcing the AI to give you resources over and over and try and farm them as much as you can. If you're not going for a military victory especially, and you're just going to war to slow them down, then the game looks much better from that perspective. I knew it would get to this point where war was much more fun, but it really is much more fun now since that update, in my opinion. I'll be interested to hear what other people's thoughts are on it after they've had some experience with it, but I've had a really good time with it this week, and I'm looking forward to doing the naval game as well. Unfortunately, we won't be using much naval units in this game, but I'll still make an attempt to talk about fleet commanders and the importance of them in a separate video. But for now, we'll come back to the focus of what's happening. I'll just move this unit down. Again, they love doing this thing where they just mass spawn units to try and stop you taking their settlements quickly. And they're actually scared of the samurai, which is quite funny. I have so much money, I'll actually move him out and I'll just make another samurai. Because there's a high likelihood now that this horseman's going to be distracted, and instead of wanting to attack into the city centre, it'll want to attack into this samurai. And here, if I use Trung Trac, hopefully when I move them they still have movement. They do, right? So if I just do this, we get the +5 combat strength and we can take Ravena with ease. Then, does this commander still have units? It does, so I can use this to take out the little guy over here.
Yes.
Nice, and then we get heraldry, so we've actually technically upgraded our units to man-at-arms, but that's not how these guys work. But what's more important there is we can now push for heraldry 2 and get that +3 combat strength on our infantry units. Whenever you're playing your military games, all you really need in science trees is anything that gives you a better unit. So the tier 2 unit in this case, or if I wasn't playing Japan, I would try and get to metal casting as quickly as possible. And then getting your +3 combat strength. If you're playing cavalry units, you obviously want metal casting too. Since we're only doing infantry, we want heraldry too. And just keeping an eye on what you actually need. You don't need to complete the tech tree in every age. You don't need to complete the civic tree in every age. More often than not, you only need specific things for your build and for what you're trying to do. So it's worth keeping that in mind and scoping that out in advance before you actually make an attempt at something. Down here, as much as I don't need the combat strength on cavalry units, it's just good to finish the tree and try and get our commendations online and all of our commanders. If we can get a heroic assault on everyone, it just gives us another attack that we can do. We can package these samurai all into commanders now so we can move along. And before we know it, we're going to take this settlement, and Old Ben's not going to be in the game anymore. We'll just leave this unit here because they can't quite reach the commander. Or no, we can push him down. Oh, he's already got too many units on him. As does everyone else. So we'll move him along. We'll actually move him further down. We want to get to Aquilea as quickly as possible. I will package these 2 units up and get this guy to manually walk. We'll head down as quick as we can. Head down with them. And these units probably want to start heading towards this left area. So we'll have the 2 commanders taking out the left, and all of these commanders, after we take out Benjamin, will move round to try and push into the Abbasid territory. And I imagine Jose Rizal's over here as well. I believe Toyotomi is down to the south, because I can see a couple of his units, but I'll worry about that later on. For now we've got 442 influence, and we don't really need war support right now, so I'll just push into the second military city-state since I want that as soon as possible. And I will push some units down here now to try and find out what's going on with Toyotomi. I'll just leave these units to go south. Leave this one to go over to the left. I can also just continuously make samurai here to help back up this war. And I'll just push them down to this border. And then maybe when I've got like 5 or 6 on this border, I'll quite comfortably want to start the war. As long as they survive a turn, we should be okay. We can come in and take out these units. It'll be good experience to take out these units as well. Oh, Mount Fuji's going to erupt. That's going to cause a lot of problems if we are in the firing line. Move this commander here. Try and not lose most of our units to this volcano. How much health does this guy have? He doesn't have a lot actually, so I will attack manually, because if I attack manually it means I can actually put another unit down to attack. We get another upgrade, which I will push more into the +2 for military units when they're attacking. I'll use this guy to just do a little bit of damage into that unit, and then we'll combined assault into this unit. Oh, he's only got 1 commander range. Oh no, sorry, this guy's 3 command range away, sorry. So we'll just leave him as he is, that's fine. And again, I don't think I need a distraction, so I won't bother making another unit. I don't really need to. This commander's already full, but he does have a red unit. So I'll replace the red unit with this samurai. And I'll replace this 72 HP with this samurai. Another good thing about having so many is I can rotate them like so. Push him down there. They can actually come out here. Oh, we can see that the Abbasid, as much as I said they weren't a threat to me, they are actually assaulting the coast here. And I'm guessing he's attacking Benjamin as well. Yeah, he's... Oh no, he's allied with... Oh, okay, he's allied with Benjamin, that's why he's in his borders. That makes sense. So we come down here, I'll push the archer out. The Trung can make an effort to come down and add some defensive bonuses. And we just have so many units. So many units. These ones can just heal until they're back at full. Although I should probably stay away from the coast of Icelandic Abbasid is there. I keep on saying Abbasid. Batuta. So we'll do a combined assault into Aquilea, which means we take it and we take Old Ben out of the game. We get our plus 100% commander experience, but additional maintenance on buildings is a minor problem. It's not a big issue. I'm quite happy to take out this for that. And I could even backfill the happiness issue. I don't think we need gold that much. We have so much gold. I'll take out the conscription and put in rites and rituals because I do want more happiness. We've lost a lot of happiness from that, so I'm glad I did that. I need to try and find better means to get more happiness now. And we'll keep the settlement. We want to try and just build happiness buildings, probably with gold. If we can see any. Oh, the tea house gives us a lot of happiness. Can we make more than one of them in a settlement? I've never actually made these. Oh, we can. Cost a lot of gold though. 7. Oh no. Oh, they can't be built next to each other like most improvements. I mean, it gives us a lot of happiness, but it's going to be very expensive to continue to do that. But it is a temporary solve. And even though I just said we have so much money, I don't care about things, we're already managing to spend a fair amount of it. But keeping your happiness high is good for a couple of reasons. It allows us to get our +3 combat strength bonus that we get from just having the celebration. And it allows you to get more social policies. Because every time you hit a celebration, you'll get a new social policy. +2 happiness on culture buildings is going to be really good for us. That'll help get some numbers back up, so now we can also make culture buildings if we don't have any more tea houses to make. Down here, this guy's got nobody packed into him, and we do have a lot of samurai just walking about, so I think I'll just move this commander back up here and get him to pick up some more things. Benjamin's out of the game, that's a shame. Another one bites the dust. So we'll make sure this commander picks up 3 more units. We'll leave this guy in here for the time being. This guy's now fully healed and that's officially raised. But I think I'll just leave him in Okayama. I'll leave one in Rouen. We'll try and just leave a unit in each place. Put this guy down in Neapolis. We've already got one in Ravena. We don't have one over there. We're getting to a point now where we have like so many units. So I'll just leave one in each place. Push them down. So yeah, here's the first settlement by Toyotomi. So he's sitting right there. And in a couple of turns we'll now be in a solid position to attack here. So we'll push him down there. And we will adapt to the game. We kind of want to stay away from the coast because these units will just tear us apart otherwise. And by the looks of it, there's quite a lot of mountains, so it might be quite awkward to get to him without being attacked by a lot of boats. So it might be easier to just push down here and take out Toyotomi. He does have 9 settlements, but we'll take him out likely and try and focus on taking out Yi Sun Shin. Then maybe we'll go for Abbasid after that. I mean, we've got +3 war support against him, so we're putting a lot of financial pressure on him, which is good. This guy can just move over here. The boat's not going to be of much use to us now, either, because of what's happening, so we'll just make an effort to distract him. This guy can probably wait. Since I'm passing through here anyway, I can use these new units to backfill for the other units that are damaged potentially. And we'll definitely need to keep a unit in here if he's going to just keep attacking us every single turn. We get a narrative event, so we get a free samurai from Zungaria, which is usually transferred to the closest place, which is probably Okayama. Oh no, it was Tarsus. Right, that's good, so we'll just keep him in Tarsus. In this situation, I will drop the 63 HP guy and backfill with the higher HP guy. And like I say, we'll just head down here as quickly as possible. This commander can just pick up 2 units and also head down here. This commander can pick up these 3 units, or has he got 6? He's got 6 space. So, and this guy's got 6 space as well. So he wants to pack up these guys, and then pack up this guy, and then head down. And I'll have more units down at the settlement anyway. I think I'll keep these up here because if they're going to continuously attack, they're going to rip through my samurai pretty quickly. I don't really want them taking the settlement, it's just awkward. So we'll just all head down here with the commanders. They can just sleep. These guys can sleep away from the coast, so they actually regenerate health and don't just get picked off while I'm not looking. And this guy can sleep in this settlement. This guy can go straight to the Okayama Center. This guy can sleep it off. We'll just continuously attack this Viking R. And we're not quite at war with him yet, so we can just kind of peruse and see how his settlements look. Got a fleet commander coming in from Tubman, which isn't, or from Yi Sun Shin, which is not reassuring. So unfortunately, this is quite a good channel for them to attack in, so I think I probably want to focus on making a fleet commander, which I imagine doesn't cost much right now. Yeah, it's only 3 turns. So I'll make a fleet. Oh, that's not how you do that. I will make a fleet commander, and I'll make some boats as well to go with it. So we'll just push that all the way to the top, and then maybe we'll do 2 cogs. For quickness, I'll just take these out of the way. Maybe make 4 cogs, so we've got a fully packed commander, and then we'll go back to making samurai. Just to try and defend ourselves. And now, since we have so many units, we'll start the war on him. Unfortunately, they have some ways to get war support by the looks of it. They probably have more allies than I do, since I don't have any. So I'll push another 1 to get +1. And we can push right into attack. See all of the plus damage. We're at 67 attack because we have all of these extra things. So I'll move a unit there. I'll move a unit here. That means we can put these 2 samurai back into the commander for the time being, so we can maneuver better later on. And I will get whatever unit's stronger. They're at 67, they're stronger. They can attack first, and then we'll actually second wind. And then attack twice, so we actually take down the fortified walls. And we've got an option to go for a commendation. We do want the +1 command range. We don't really care about service that much, but I want this command range as quickly as possible. So I think I'll go for the maneuver tree. We'll go for amphibious because it will help in certain situations, and we'll go for the area denial, and then we'll push into command range. And then after that, I think I might get a couple of more important ones. I'll get field medic because I quite like that. I don't really need this because I don't have any ranged units, so I'll probably start just pushing down the leadership tree after that. We got a lot of gold there. So we'll push into next turn. We have more units, so we'll settle him in there. We do have a merchant, but I won't be able to send it anywhere until we actually start suzeraning somewhere, since we're attacking everyone. The only downside here is because they have a fleet commander, they're just going to level that up more and more since I'm ignoring it. So I need to be mindful of that later on. We can get +2 production or +2 happiness in the Colosseum. We'll want happiness because every little bit of happiness really helps right now. Like I said, I'll just heal these guys. This one's actually running away, so I think I'll make an effort to come down and attack this one. This guy can actually sit in the middle of Parsa because we don't have anybody sitting in there yet. And we'll just leave this unit here just now. Let that one walk around. Now, oh, we're taking a lot of damage. He's getting a lot of bonuses. Feudal monarchy, military aid. He gets bonus attack when defending a district. So this is going to be a really hard opponent to deal with because he gets bonuses when defending. And I think we do have our military aid. We'll just make the most out of this situation. I think I'll move the commander into this tile, and at the moment I'll just set up fortifications in case we get attacked. And we'll sleep this unit, and then I'll put another unit down here and then start doing coordinated attacks. I'll use my gold to just continuously buy more happiness in places. So we can get our tea house here, and we can maybe get another tea house somewhere else. So we should spread out our tea houses as much as possible to allow us to get all of our happiness up. Because like I say, I really need this +3 strength as often as I can get it. I will send a unit to Capua. This unit's already going there, so I'll send this unit to Astrakhan. Down here we're going to get attacked. Oh, they don't do much damage back to me, at least they're just very defensive. So as long as I fortify myself in his district, I can just farm experience off him and take him out slowly until I'm ready to reinforce. Gilgamesh is happy with me for doing endeavours, that's nice of him. And he doesn't like me because I don't have a navy. That's fine. Oh, Tubman's right next to him. She's got gold bangles infantry, that's actually really bad. They're very strong units. But we'll make it work. I really wanted this tile, but unfortunately we didn't get it. What I can do though is... Wow, okay. What I can do is I can fortify that, and hopefully that's going to work out. I don't know if it will. I will attack with this unit because he doesn't have any pressure from the back or anything. Got more reinforcements showing up now. Zoom in a bit so this actually works. Ideally we should take Gaesong in one turn, and then we can push a unit here and a unit here and actually kind of start to surround them a little bit. I'll still keep this unit here in case they come from this side. I might actually use this commander to try and move in and take Dongnae so I don't get flanked. We now have this samurai. I'll just see wherever he can teleport to. He can teleport to any of these guys, so that's good. And we also have Heroic Assault here. Okay, right. So because of Heroic Assault I can actually finish taking this guy out. And then we can actually just place a unit in there to take the district. Although because we place them in there it actually uses up their movement, but that works fine for me. Unfortunately though, it takes away your fortifications that you make, so I have to remake them. So this guy's going to take a little bit more damage, but it should be okay. I think I can make it work. And because of zone of control, I think what I can do is I can move him there to then put a unit here and fortify them. So that might distract some of the units and they won't hit this one. Then I'll move the commander back up. We will keep the settlement once again, and we'll push for castles to give us some extra defences. And here we're pushing for the tradition slot and the +3 combat strength to all land units, and then we only have one more civic that we really need, which is the one that gives us pretty much permanent strength at all times, which is definitely the most important one. Now that this guy's settled here, we'll just sleep him. This unit's got full health, so I'll just move him down here and he can potentially rotate out with this samurai. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to be able to do much in terms of alleviating that pressure. Considering we're 3 over the settlement limit, having 124 happiness is still pretty good. This guy can just sleep. And then next turn we'll make a couple more tea houses. They can't kill me and take the settlement, and oh well they can if they use their... They can actually if they use their fleet commander to take it. Hopefully they don't take me out next turn. Fingers crossed. We get our fleet commander. We get 1 point because in the last age, similar, I should have showed off my attributes as well. similar to the last stage, I managed to get all the way down to this, although instead of taking the +5 combat strength against independents, I didn't end up actually fighting that many independents. Even in the late game when I did the crisis, I wasn't really in a position to attack them, which is another reason I don't have nearly as much experience on my commanders. But I actually took the legend unlock instead for +5 combat strength against fortified districts, which has already worked really well for us in this age. And then naturally I got to the commanders at the bottom, getting a free promotion. This applies forever now with all future commanders, so you can see the value in that as we make our fleet commander here. And because I'm not going to be playing an offensive game with my fleet, I'm just going to take the +5% yields. But again, I'll do a more detailed video on what I would typically do with these in a naval military game, which will become more relevant in my next series when I try and do a game playing as Yi Sun Shin. But that is for another day. I'll see if I can get through any more of this video without getting distracted with any other ideas. But we will attack into this unit. I think that would... yeah, that would kill him for sure, but I don't know if that would leave me vulnerable. I think it's fine. We'll just attack him. So we take over that tile. We now have our extra tradition slot, and we have our tradition that we want of getting +1 production in all settlements for each trade route. We don't have any trade routes unfortunately, but we get +3 combat strength to all land units. And now we need our garrisoned units, so this is why I was starting to push samurai into our garrisoned units, because we're going to be losing a lot of gold by clicking on this. So I will click on it just now, and I will take the loss, but at the moment it's not too many. We've got these 2 settlements, we've got a couple of settlements up here. So I'll just try and push some units into these settlements to help out with the gold loss. I might actually just send this guy up to Delhi. And then we'll push this guy back into Ahmedabad. We've already got one going for Astrakhan. I can just make one. I can just make one in Petersburg, and I think apart from that we're okay. They're stationed in there. Now we've got Sparta covered, we've got Aquilea covered, we've got Ostia covered. Neapolis, I just need to move that unit there. So yeah, I think that's us now. Yeah, so we've just got Capua and Astrakhan, which they're heading towards it, and that unit's now heading towards Delhi, and then we no longer receive those -25. I forgot the words. -25 debuffs. So I will head down. I'll attack into this cog again. And we'll keep this unit here and hope he doesn't get taken out. It says 21 turns because our culture's so low, but it's probably going to be like 4 turns. I mean, in 11 turns we've pushed through 3 civics, so I think we'll be okay. At this point we're also earning like 170% extra experience or something, so we are totally fine. This samurai's already within his defensive perimeter, so we can just attack, get another 18 gold. The ability to get insane amounts of gold here is unreal. So we'll see, this is at 21 turns just now, it goes down to 20 when they attack us. Thankfully we didn't die there, we nearly did. We didn't quite though, so now we can swap these guys over. Back at full health. And we don't have any more units to backfill, so we can just move all the way down here. And it's not going to be long before I start making things. So I can move this unit down. Let's see if I can manage this the most efficient way I can. If I move this commander here, they can pick up those 2 units like so, and then they can head back down here as quickly as possible. This samurai can just sit there. This guy's unfortunately sustained a little bit of damage, but if I just place these units here and move him into the middle. Oh, out of habit I forgot that when I'm playing as Persia you automatically get the first one in the assault tree. I actually totally forgot to take it. So I'll need to get that as my first ability when I'm picking another one. So we'll attack into there, and got quite a lot of full health going on. I can swap him out with a full health unit, swap this guy out with a full health unit, and I think I might actually, instead of doing some coordinated attacks, I'll just heal for a bit. So I'll just heal with this guy and we can go more offensive. I'll do a fortification there and a fortification there, and then I'll attack into this unit. And this unit can just heal up just now. Again, I need to try and keep somebody garrisoned in each settlement, so I kind of have to keep them there, but I'll try and keep low health units in there and let them heal over time. This unit can just push down here to settle in. We've got 860 gold. I don't need to make any more units, so I'll just make more tea houses to get the happiness that I need. We can make another one over here. They're not allowed to be adjacent to each other, so that's why I can only make so many. We went from 21 turns down to 18 turns, so we got 2 turns of culture out of that. Let's see how we keep getting on. Commander's still got 2 movement. They'd actually got a few low HP units, so I'll move this guy here and then put this samurai in instead, so now his units look a lot healthier. We will let this guy settle there because he's probably going to swap over with that unit at some point. And it looks like he's got an army kind of pushing down here, so we'll actually get to go straight into Tubman here as well. A good way to try and speed up your military victory is just look at who's second and third place and take settlements off of them, because it will naturally help you get through it. So let all this play out, we'll take our damage. They're doing 30 a turn, but I should be healing about 20 a turn. So it will take them a while to take me down. Again, we've pushed all the way down to 16 turns, so that was worth 2 turns right away. I really want to get the extra command radius on this guy as soon as possible. We'll attack into this unit. We'll attack into these walls. We do quite a lot of damage into them. We get our promotion, okay. I can't remember where we are in the tree. Do I get another? We do not get another thing yet. We can get amphibious. I don't need that right now though. I think I might actually take Pathfinder, because there's a lot of funky territory going on here. So I'll use Pathfinder. That'll help us maneuver through all the vegetation, all the rough terrain. I'm not attacking over the sea yet, and I can't really see enough of his terrain to see if that's even going to be an issue. We get our +3, which gives us another social policy, so we'll take conscription, and then next we'll probably take priesthood, because like I say, gold and happiness is the only 2 main things we really care about there. We don't have to think about it too much. I will give this unit another attack so we can finish taking down the walls here. And this unit can attack into there. This unit can peel back up. We've got some Gilgamesh here as well, so maybe all 3 of them are sitting kind of in a blanket down in the south here, and I just never noticed before. I actually forgot Gilgamesh was at war with me. Okay, so I can attack him as well at the same time. So I'll just unload these 3 guys. I will do a heroic assault. Again, I think that's just a really good ability to have. I think I didn't rate it for a very long time because it didn't seem that good compared to Second Wind. But the ability to be able to unpack, and then I could have, if I wanted to, also done my coordinated strike, because he's only used up 1 movement. I mean, it's really strong. Your heroic assault is, in my opinion, underrated, or at least I was underrating it. I don't know what everybody else's opinion is of it, but I've not actually really seen many other YouTubers even do military that often to try and judge it. Down here, we'll just push into this territory. I don't want to worry about war support, so I will denounce and hinder his military so that he doesn't attack me back as much. I don't really care about the espionages and stuff, like I said. I don't need science and culture that much. As soon as I get this civic, I pretty much have everything I want from both of these trees. So I'll sit here and I'll just heal up my units. We get to come down. I can place another unit there and do a coordinated strike into this guy. We get castles. We get plus 3 strength for fortified districts. That'll be good defensively, so I'll get that. And we get our commander upgrade so we can get assault so that we stop forgetting that we don't have it. And you saw that 75 science pop up. That would have been 75 science, 75 culture. Like, it's insane how much you can get out of playing as Sengoku Japan. I've already seen plenty of videos going about it for a while now, but it really is amazing when you get the right setup going for it. And it feels like this has been a really long game so far, but it's just because we're so involved. Like, we tried to suzerain Sungaria on turn 1, which was going to take 15 turns. We've still got 2 turns to go. We've managed to take out 5 settlements up in the top right, 1 settlement down here, and we're really pushing into more. For me, I really enjoy doing that in these games. I don't know, it's just like one of those things, you feel the reward of playing quite a smart tactical game. As much as I just have the resources to build a lot of units, I still had to build up the resources to get to that point. It's not like the game is easy because it gives you the opportunity to do these things in Snowball really quickly. You have to know what you're doing, you have to plan accordingly, you have to get the right mementos online, you have to know what you're doing with your commanders to get the right abilities at the right time to get as much military strength as you have as possible. You've got iron, which gives you more strength onto your military units. You've got traditions that give you more strength onto your military units. There's so many different avenues in the game that allow you to really snowball into a specific strategy. And it's something I kind of want to talk about more in a separate space, where when you look at the amount of damage that we're doing, if we go over here and I click this guy into there, and we've got all the numbers on the left hand side: iron resource, determined, Kabanakama tradition, sorry for my pronunciations, feudal monarchy and heraldry. Like, you've got so many things that you can pair up, but you just need to know they exist and how to get them. Otherwise, the +8 on the other side, which I have seen complaints from people in the past saying +8 is too much, but it's not. It's realistic. You can quite comfortably match up with the AI. Yes, the early game is often a struggle because you take time to snowball and get these bonuses in place. But for the most part, you can catch up very fast, and there's even some situations where you can do a lot more. I have a plan in mind where I'm going to have a game where I try and get to about 150 combat strength, or ideally 200 if I can manage it, now that we have a new leader in the game that should be able to do that. But if you know what you're doing, you can get a lot of combat strength on units in every single game you play, playing as any leader. So it's worth always taking that in mind and just planning accordingly. But now that I'm done rambling, while we get through the boring bit, we'll just continue to try and take into here. So this is a capital, so there's going to be quite a few walls we're going to have to get through, but we'll just take it one step at a time. We've left our low health guy in here because, like I was mentioning, I need to try and keep a garrisoned unit. It might as well be a lower health one. I actually can't tell if... I think this is the original capital, but they've changed this to the new capital. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I think the original capital is the one that gives us the extra dominion. We get another samurai. It actually goes automatically into Astrakhan, so this guy's kind of at a loose end, so I'll just teleport him down here as quickly as we can. And this unit can just attack into there. It actually takes the district in 1 turn. So again, I think that was 75. I clicked too quickly. Could VOD check it, but I think that's 75 combat strength. We've got 65 because we have even more damage into walls, which is insane. So again, we take out the walls in one hit. We get all that influence. And I think we want to make one more movement. This commander can just heal up just now as we wait for Toyotomi to start hating us. And then get this guy in position. So yeah, here we have our first settlement that we're going to be attacking for him. We'll just let these guys sleep. Hit the fleet commander. Ideally if we can kill the fleet commander, that would be really good. Take a lot of pressure off overall. He's got another unit that's popped up. Down here. I can now actually flip-flop this unit over to the other side. They can kill this guy. Then this guy can go here and we will coordinated attack into it. Only needed to use 2 of them, that's cool. I don't think I really need to defend the guy for this turn, so I'll just move the unit back in so he gets extra movement in next turn. And we can get the option for focus fire, don't really need that. I think I would take the +2 combat strength when attacking, that's probably the most useful. Like I was mentioning in my previous videos, I like to keep my commanders together, but these two are kind of attacking different sides, so I'll just give them the powers that they need rather than thinking about it in a combined sense. I'll move that unit down 1 over here. I'm just going to move these 2 there and there to get us into a position where we're threatening, but he has quite a lot of bonuses and I don't have enough yet, so I will just play it safe. I don't know if I've got bastions on this commander. I don't. So I will just heal for the turn instead of trying to fortify. And we're at a point now, we've got quite a lot of influence. I'm not that bothered about getting the economic city-states. They would be nice to have, but I don't think they're massively important, so I'll push for war support instead since it gives us more damage. Push for another one in there. We'll try and just keep them as high as possible. We'll save some for Toyotomi as well, because we're going to be going to war with him soon. So now if we look at this, we're still a little bit lower. Just end turn. Sleep. Take an attack, but we're okay. They took a lot more than we did. We need to watch out for those archers because they can just get free damage on us. We're back up at 1200, it's about to be 1600 gold, so I'll just make some more tea houses as well to get some more happiness. And here he's offering to give us 80 influence. I'm actually tempted because I'm fighting so many other people. At the moment I'm not really in a position to fight him right this moment, although I did just put 2 war support into him. I wish he would have done that last turn. Nah, I'll just reject it. I'll just keep fighting him. If he did that last turn I would have accepted it. We'll take the rubies here. We get our city-state bonus. So we have the options and exploration of double commander experience in distant lands, which isn't going to work out well for us because we're not going to be in distant lands. Casbah's alright. It's not amazing. It's good defensively, but it's not very good offensively. We want more offensive pressure. More war support's always good. The +1 combat strength to infantry units is really good for us, and the settlement limit is really good for us. I'm going to take the combat strength just now. As much as it's only +1, it's an extra +1 that's going to be useful to us right now. And then we'll get settlement limit as the second one. I'm pretty confident that I can get the settlement limit as the second one, and it's not the end of the world if we don't get it. The more combat strength is more important for me. And over here, again, I get distracted sometimes. I'm like, oh, I could just make Himji Castle. But I don't need it, so I will just continue to make samurai. We will stay disciplined, as the samurai do. We will just keep on making them and keep on sending them to the front lines, and we'll just win the game through war. Because this happened before as well in another game where I was testing this out weeks ago when the Brush and Blade first came out, and I got so distracted like making wonders because I didn't really need units anymore that I accidentally won a culture victory because I had so many wonders. I really wanted to do a military victory, and it was an awkward one because when you get to a certain point and you have 6 times the number that the person next to you has, it'll come up and say transcendent victory, and it will say 5 turns until you win, and the culture was 1 turn quicker, so it was slightly unfortunate. And like I mentioned before, if we look at the tree, Harriet Tubman and Toyotomi have more settlements, so they have more dominion, and they are the better ones to be attacking. Because as soon as I take it off them, we're already nearly 3 times what Gilgamesh is at. We are literally 3 times what Jose Rizal's at. So taking out these 3 are the most important. We're at war with Yi Sun Shin, and it's not that valuable, although taking his capital will give us +8 dominion, so it is worth going for that. But coming back to the melee at hand, we have another set of units to attack. So I'll just combined attack into the archers to get some experience. I will move the commander into this middle tile because it means that he'll get the experience. Oh, we can't hit into him anyway because there's a cliff in the way. That's fine. I don't know if I want to attack into that right now. It is technically a major victory, we'll just go for it. And we'll move this unit down. It doesn't look like there's anybody that can come up and hit the commander right now, so I feel quite safe to just push him down there. And over here, with the more impressive melee we have going on, has he got Pyramid of the Sun as well? Mundo Perdido, sorry. Again, getting distracted by wonders. I can't help it. So this unit can go down into here, take out that wall. I can continue to just attack into things. Attack into there. And we can heroic assault. So again, heroic assault, putting a shift in. Have I got nowhere to place this unit? Why can't I place them on this tile? Oh, is it down a cliff technically? Right, okay. That's fine. We'll move this guy into the commander. Unfortunately, we can't really do much else. We could raise and get 100 gold. But then I just have to rebuild the market. That's fine, we'll take it. So raise and get 100 gold as well, why not? I'll go around and try and build some tea houses to get some more happiness online. So we'll build one there. Build another one there. Can't do any in Sparta. Ahmedabad, we can do 2 more. So our happiness is slowly climbing up. And now we really don't care about anything on the tech tree, I don't think. Even if we look at all of the extra bonuses that we get, nothing is of real interest to me. So I'm just going to click on future tech so that I don't have to think about the tech tree anymore and it can just sort itself out. And then I'll pretty much do the same after I get Kinsei, although going for a religion and giving yourself a small bonus through that is the only thing left really to do in that tree. Here, this guy doesn't really have anything to do, so I'll just take some science and we'll just settle our unit over here. We can finally start pushing this cog down to put pressure onto that Viking R that's been upsetting us for a while. I can continue to send units down to the front lines. And as much as it's taken like a really long time for them to get there, it's like 15 turns, 16 turns. There's down to 9 now. But if you keep on doing it every turn, as much as it'll take a long time for it to work, eventually it'll feel like you've got a new unit coming every turn or every 2 turns. And that can feel really good for you when you're struggling and you need reinforcements. Because it's quite easy to get exhausted in war situations, especially when the AI just continuously spawns units right in front of you. So it's good to be prepared. We see all these plus numbers, which are nice to see. Take that unit out and get that district. Oh, the issue is that is the actual city centre, so of course I couldn't place a unit into it. And we'll put this guy back in here, and this guy back in here. Then we'll try and put this guy... Oh, we can't manually put him up there, so we'll just push him down like that. Put these guys down to the front line. Toyotomi still doesn't hate me. Obviously not trying hard enough. I'll hinder his research. And we're in a little bit of a pickle here. Losing a bit too much pressure, I think. So I will just push like this. We'll rest with the commander. Well, we can get some free damage down here. So I will move probably the yellow samurai to hit the commander once. Well, that was actually enough. Right, okay, that's good. Move this guy down a touch. Move this unit in here. Then move the commander down. Unfortunately, oh, I could have done coordinated attack because I had the extra command radius. But it's okay. We take out the walls. We're in a stalemate position now, so we'll actually just wait it out with this guy and then we'll do a combined attack next turn. Unit in Delhi can just wait now. So we're getting quite a lot of gold now that we've shored up all the defences. I will take out the fleet commander first. I feel like that's more important. And here, we've got major victory. We'll push this commander down into position, then we can rest down here. Do an attack into him there. We actually get another upgrade on this commander, which is nice. So I'll take the +2 defensive point. That'll be handy on the next turn at the very least. And we're getting a decent amount of culture and influence, which is good. Hopefully on our next turn we'll now finish getting this and the samurai will start attacking as if they're at full health all the time. And at that point we're going to be doing a lot more damage. And we're really set up to just cleave through the game and finish the game.
The map was
It doesn't really matter what we pick there. Jose Rizal has a message, he's not happy because we're sanctioning people. That's a shame. I should change all of my town focuses, which I forgot to do early in the game. Doesn't massively matter for us because we're already pushing towards a specific type of victory, although this will help us get happiness up. If you change all your towns to resort towns, that's the way to get the most happiness out of them. And I might as well repair the barracks. Don't really like things being broken. Change this to a resort town. As much as we're not getting much out of it, even a little bit of happiness is useful. That town's not big enough yet. That town's not rested yet. Get +10 here. Delhi we get +9. And Hagmatana, well we only get +4 there. But again, like I say, it just helps to have them all sorted out. And now that we've done all that, instead of having 243 happiness, we're up at 282, so that's quite a big jump. And then we'll just quickly go around and make sure we've got tea houses. Well, we can do a lot of tea houses here. So we can do one there. We'll do one there and then probably on this side and then here. So we can do 2 more tea houses. Toyotomi still doesn't hate me. So I'll just skip a turn. Skip a turn. We've got a lot of units ready to go in and attack him though. This guy's down to red health, so I will... Although one more turn and then that won't matter. Although I believe it's going to happen this turn if we can time it right. I think this is going to be a harder kill, so I think I should focus on these guys attacking first. He can push right into that because he's already doing an insane amount of damage. Doesn't quite give us enough by the looks of it. Can we attack from here left? We can. I don't think I need to coordinated attack here, I could probably do it individually. Unfortunately we didn't quite get what we were looking for. So I will just do a combined attack to give us a little bit more strength. We take out Dongnae. We actually now get it. So the bonus here is all samurai that are newly trained start at tier 2, which is really good for us. As much as I said it's really handy getting them, like not having to push through the tech tree to get them, because I have so many and it's hard to micromanage, it's hard to level them up. But this means that all the new ones are going to start at tier 2, so I don't need to worry about that first upgrade. We get 2 settlement limit, which is really handy for us, and we get the new tradition, which is the most important thing here. So I'll need to take one of our current traditions out, and in all honesty I think it's got to be the bonus gold. The bonus gold is nice, of course, but we get plus attack from this, plus attack from this, extra towards building, and also that just gives us more gold back, and then we really need the commander experience. So we can now plug this in, and we're going to fight as if we're at full strength all the time. And this is going to scale very fast for us. Now that we're through this tree as well, we can get the option of a military point or a diplomatic point. And we're just going to go for the military point again. We want as many military points as we can physically get. And we're actually just going to push for 2 healing repeatable from now on. And try and get as many of that as we can. In any instance of healing, we're just going to get an extra 2. Which doesn't sound like a lot. But in instances where I'm not doing very well with offensive pressure. And I have to just park outside of their bases and sit and take damage, but then heal every turn, being able to heal that extra 2 is going to make a minor but effective difference for us. In this situation, I will push here. I'll attack with the cog into Viking R, and we will send this unit again. I think I've got full control of this region now, so I don't think I need any more reinforcements down there. So I'll just send them down here. And even though these guys are now at low health, we can now see that they're doing insane damage. We no longer have a minus that says damaged unit, and it's now doing 54, where I think it was doing like 42 before. So it's a massive difference we're making. So I can actually just let this guy loose as well, because none of them care about being damaged anymore. If you look at him, he's killed 2 units. We should start really looking at this now and try and get the ones that are already close to start killing things. So he's already at 2 units, so if this unit kills 1 more, then they can upgrade. So if I do this, they now automatically upgrade. You don't even need to sit in home territory. You don't need to click a button and pay gold. They just automatically go up when they've killed enough units. So that is how it functions. I know I've not seen it before now because I've not been paying attention massively to it, but it works really well. And here I will push this unit onto this tile, and we'll just heal with everyone for a bit until we're ready to attack Toyotomi. That's a really small settlement, so we should be able to get rid of it quite quickly. And then these guys will just sweep down this bottom bit as well. I don't know why he doesn't hate... How does he not hate me yet? Minus 58. Right, we're really close. I'll try and save up my influence so that I can use it on war support against him. As much as I could probably go for Abalesa or something, I don't need to. So I won't bother. We get a small attack into Neapolis now. So the Abbasid War is just proving to be quite annoying at the moment. I could actually try and make peace with him, because I'm not going to be attacking him properly for a while anyway, and at the moment he is just a pain. I don't really want him to continuously hurt my units over and over again. He is willing to make peace. Can we get something out of him? We can get influence. Can't get gold. I'd rather take the influence. So again, I really like the new peace deals. The fact that you can get actual currency out of the enemy instead of settlements. As much as settlements are useful for a military victory, I would rather physically take the settlement and get the experience for it. But getting an extra 200 influence there means we can now start the war against Toyotomi, and we can get a lot of war support. So we already start with +2, and I'll just push it up to +5 for now, I think. And again, usually this starts at 120 in exploration, and it goes up by 80, I think, every time you do it, but because we've got the 50% off, it's only scaling by 40 at a time, so the amount of influence that you're saving is a lot. I don't feel like doing the maths right now. But we can now start making samurai and Sparta again. We'll just make a lot of them. Okayama will do the same thing. We don't care about anything else, we just want to make a lot of samurai. Harriet Tubman's happy because we're at war with people that aren't her. But like I said, her time will come. We'll get to her after we do Toyotomi. And after that point, we'll probably be looking at winning the game by turn 50 or something, I would imagine. So I will push into here. And just place down a whole bunch of units. And I imagine we're going to cleave through here quite quickly and take out quite a few settlements, although he does have 10. I know the heroic assault actually one-shots the horseman there. I feel like that's kind of insane. We get 74 damage from these samurai, which is really cool. Move this guy around the side. I'll move this unit here. We can see all of the reinforcements, and you can see how effective doing the recall is. We've got 1 in 1 turn, 1 in 2 turns. We just have so many units to play with. We're never stressed out here. We'll do a combined attack into him to do more damage. We actually take the city already. That did not take a lot of effort at all. And we can use this guy to now push down here. I'll just put a unit out there first in case zone of control, which was the right decision. And then put another one here, who will move around to the side. Another one there. And then they can do a combined attack into Sunpu, which takes out the defensive district. We actually get piety now. And as soon as we make our first temple somewhere, we'll just make one in Parsa. We can start our religion. Oh, it's 13 too. Okay. That is more than I was expecting. We'll do it in a town then. Should be cheaper in a town. Yeah, it's only 1,000 here. So I will place it here. Get all of that happiness. The temple's going to be really nice for balancing out our happiness as we take more settlements as well. And here the Dongnae can just go for another point. It's worth also mentioning it'll be quite easy to take him out because I think there are some tropical tiles here, or is it all plains? Oh no, it's all plains, never mind. It's all this middle bit that's tropical, so when we're attacking the Abbasid, if we make it over there before we win the game, since it's tropical terrain and we have the Dongnae, we get a lot of combat bonuses for being in tropical terrain. I will push these resources into that settlement. And it doesn't... We should probably just push for inspiration and then go for like theocracy and get our bonuses towards the religion, because that's the only thing that can really help us right now. We will push into our religion option and we will pick our belief. Typically in a game I will go for +2 relics for the first time conversion of a city-state. But I'm not actually doing city-state things. This is what I do in a passive game, because you get so many city-states in a game. Usually you've got like 15 or something. Or like even 20. And if you think about converting that, that would get you between 30 and 40 relics. But since we're not playing for a cultural game anyway, none of these really matter for me. So I'll just click on that. And there's a lot of different options we can go through here. So I just tend to either go for Feed the World or Chased, as they tend to be quite useful. So we'll pick Feed the World. Gives us more food in all of our settlements that are converted, but in this game it's not a huge focus for us. I'm not really going to worry about it too much. I will just come around here. Here's one of their commanders. I think with the Dongnae I'll push to the right. It looks like he's more down in this area on the grassland terrain, so I'll push over there. This unit can just sit here. And over in this settlement, I think we can take this turn. If I just do a combined... Oh, we've got the option to do the replay. So I'll attack with this unit, and then I think I'll replay to attack again. And we take what used to be their capital. We get our dedication, we'll keep the settlement. Oh no, this is the proper capital because it's not letting us raise it. And then we'll go and take out Gaegyeong. Is that their last settlement? No, they've got one more that I can't see, which must be off to this left area based on how their borders are looking. We can actually get another upgrade on this commander. This commander's looking really good. We can get +1 command range, which is the one that we definitely want to push for. And we will get more camels. I'll just retreat my guy into here. I do need to keep somebody stationed. So I could actually keep that guy that I just put there. I'll probably keep him stationed there. Again, I'll probably keep this guy stationed here. We'll just take out this scout. We surprisingly get 22 gold even for a scout. That's kind of insane. I'll wait a turn just so that I can get this unit back. And then we'll start pushing up the way. I'll let this guy stay there and heal. We're actually losing... We've lost a lot of our units over here. We'll do a heroic attack. And then we'll just push our units across one by one. So even though he's at 5 health, he still wins because he's attacking as if he's at full health. We see that he has access to the Red Forest, which is a really nice natural wonder. I'll move this unit here. And they can attack into Qobdo. We get rid of the defences. And I kinda want to be more careful, but I think it matters too much. Oh, we can actually take it. Wow, so we take that tiny settlement. Even though it's a tiny settlement, it's still more dominion for us. So if we now look here, we're at 120, so we're nearly at 3 times what Tubman's at. So again, if we start taking stuff off of Tubman and Gilgamesh, that'll start giving us a serious boost towards our military victory. Can actually put this samurai into the commander. We should take Sunpu next turn, and then we can start pushing for the settlements that are down here. I might even start going to war with Tubman since she is second place, and I want to start taking stuff off of her. Oh, that was a misplay. Unfortunately, I didn't leave my commander well defended, and we lost him. We have plenty more to go around. I did this. This is now balanced out because I did this in the first game in the Antiquity Age, so it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. He now wants to settle with us, but I'll just go and take him out. It now kind of doesn't make sense to even use these units because I won't get the experience for them, but... Enter a celebration, but lose 450 gold or get 100 influence, but 1 improvement is pillaged for each unhappy settlement. I think I'll just enter a celebration because we're 11 turns away at the moment, and I don't really need the gold that much. We'll grow our city, and we will go for +3 combat strength for the military again. We get another option here, we'll pick the extra 40 gold. And we have the elephant. I will do that. I can actually upgrade my archer that's in there, so I'll do that quickly. And we've still got 3 movement. So I think what I'll do is the crossbowman, because he just got upgraded, he can't do anything anyway. Right, I'll take this settlement down here first, because that's very easy to do and I don't have to think too much about it. And then this commander can pick these 2 up. I should really denounce her so that she doesn't like me. I'm already denouncing someone else, so I can't denounce her as well. It's going to be difficult anyway because she naturally gets a lot of war support against you. Logically, I should move here and take out this commander. So there's Gifu. Can move along 1 more. Place down another samurai. Move him down a tile. Place down another samurai. And hit into this district. Oh, they can't hit there. That's surprising. But yeah, that's okay. I think I'll just let all these guys heal and let them take a hit next turn. It looks like he's probably going to take Qobdo back off me, but I don't mind too much because I can just take it back and get more experience from it. Dongnae can just defend for a turn. We'll move this unit across. I'll leave this unit in here to defend it. This commander can also push across here and move a unit down there, and then we'll get an archer to sit in the middle Unfortunately we can't reach anything from there. I'll just defend. And then we'll get a samurai to sit here and defend, and get a samurai to sit here. I don't want to risk losing any more commanders, so I'll play it very safe, just in case. There, I want to just keep him settled. I want to make sure we've got as many units in here as possible. So I'll leave this guy. If we got a red health unit, we do have a red health unit, so I'll leave the red health unit in one of the districts and let them heal so they can be the stationed unit. I will move these guys in and out of the commander so that we can maneuver for an attack. Attack into there with our heroic assault. And then I think if we move him like so, I could attack with a samurai into here as well. And then I'll move the commander up. And over here we can pack these, well, pack one of the units back in. We want to keep one of the units, you click on something else. We need to keep one of the units garrisoned so we don't take the gold loss, so I'll just leave him there. And then, I don't think this commander needs to help up here, but I'll send him up anyway so he can get the experience. And this guy can sit on the south border and potentially get ready to just go and attack Tubman. So I'll leave them there just now. Now that we've made peace with the Abbasid for now, I don't really need all these units just sitting here. So I'll move them all down to these commanders. And settle like that. And then we'll just sleep that cog there so that if he decides to attack me again, it'll be harder for him to get into a position where he can just lay into that city. We do have this one getting attacked, but we should be okay. He attacks into my samurai, he kills that samurai. He really does have the potential to take Qobdo back, we'll see if he does it. They prioritise taking that one out first. And yeah, they take the settlement back. So that was just a mistake from me to push in so aggressively and leave my commander exposed. But when you're managing so many different things at once, it can be quite easy to lose sight of things. So just taking your time with it and working through it slowly can be more beneficial to you if you're doing it. Now that we lost one of our samurais, we've triggered an event where we can get a bonus one. I'll just repair, what, a 384? Must have had a flood or something. Never even paid attention. Now we've finished making cogs, I think it was, so we'll go back to making more samurai. And obviously we're making them at tier 2 now, so the new ones that we're making are a lot stronger. Well, +5 combat strength stronger. And this fleet commander, as much as I said I wasn't going to use him, I might as well now. So I'll bring him down here, we'll see if I can actually make use of the cogs. We've got this random unit just sitting there, but we're waiting until she doesn't like us. She's currently -45. Can I get new denouncement yet? I cannot. I can go to Jose Rizal and I can get military aid again. We get another +2 attack, which is enough. That'll do us. Attack into here. We get our inspiration, so now we can push for theology. I will move the commander here. I'll just try and get into a position where I start attacking everything I can. Take that unit out. Realistically, we don't have any more units in this commander, but I can use them to re-maneuver things. So I'll maneuver this samurai onto this tile to then take out this district. I can move this commander now here and effectively pack everyone up. Put one of the samurai on this tile to attack into this. They can actually just come across, so I'll just get them to come across there to attack into that. Then we've got one more who can take that district ultimately. And now I don't know if we can manoeuvre around to flank these units in time. No, I don't think we can. I can push down here and then put a samurai there and take down this district wall, almost. And then I can see, well, I'll just upgrade the archer because I don't know if it would even be able to do anything if I placed it down. I'll just leave that. I'll put the Dongnae. I'll leave them there just in case this crossbowman gets attacked actually. So we'll just fortify that spot. I know I could get hit, but I'm not that worried about getting hit, if I'm being honest. They should survive the attack. We'll move some more units down here. Over to the left. I really want to be careful with this. Is that a fortified district? No, it's just the actual units get really strong defence. It's quite interesting when you're playing a really aggressive game and usually the AI is good on attack but not so much on defence. We'll just do a combined attack, hopefully that's enough to take them out, which it is. Get our feudalism, which gives us extra settlement limit. I suppose the settlement limit's always handy. I will just push this samurai up. I'm not massively fussed about losing him because as soon as these guys are done they're pretty much going to be out of commission for the rest of the age because it will take them about 10 turns to get back over here. This commander just wants to move across. He doesn't have manoeuvre so it's going to be harder for him to move about there. Again, I'm just showcasing how invaluable that ability is. Get some experience over here. In terms of like a military game, I don't think there's any way that they could actually make a more efficient civilization for war. In the way that you can basically farm every resource, or you can't farm happiness the same way, but you can get gold, science, culture and influence, which is 4 out of your main 5, all from just attacking things. I mean, how do you top that? I don't think you do, although it's sure to get a nerf at some point. I mean, the fact that you can do so much damage, you don't have to upgrade your units, they technically upgrade for free. It's such a fun but silly civ to play as. We take down this settlement from just attacking a wee bit more. We get a new upgrade on our commander, so we're now at level 9. We get first strike, which as I mentioned is now just a constant +5. And we'll put order in just for the moments that we aren't in range of the Dongnae. Like right now, this Dongnae isn't in range for this guy, so we can go here, and now you can also see that we've got our bonus from everything else. So we can just one-shot this guy, well almost one-shot this guy. We get our extra belief, so if we scroll down, we can now get all of our different things. So we actually get +5 combat strength for military units and friendly settlements that follow this religion. This would be really good if you are spreading with missionaries a lot, but I'm not going to do that, so it won't actually be of much use to me. So I'm going to actually take the crusade to get +1 war support against civilizations who have founded a religion, which at this point should be most of them. I don't actually know if that works right now or whether that's only on future wars. We'll find out shortly, because usually that has to catch up. And now at this point I don't care about anything else, so I'm just going to click on future civic and let it happen naturally. Settlement limits are kind of handy for my happiness, but I actually think my happiness is good enough that I don't care at the moment for that. I'll attack into this unit. Again, we nearly kill, but not quite. I can put the crossbowman into this district, and to be honest, I'm not really using crossbowmen that much, so I think that's who I'm going to leave here for the garrison. I'll use him to kill that unit, and then I can attack with this unit. We actually take him out, which is nice. And I think I want to pick up these two, then move down. The Dongnae, I want to shoot with the crossbowman to finish off this courser. And I will sit in the settlement, and then I'll pick all of these units up except the crossbowman next turn, and then I'll use this commander to go and attack Qobdo and take it again. get some more options that we don't need. We'll just leave that unit there. We will leave this commander here until Tubman doesn't like us. She's at -45 at the moment. I don't know if I can do anything to help push that along. Not at the moment. We're still denouncing someone else at the moment. So this commander can move up slowly. We'll get him to come around here. They've actually got a boat in the middle, which is really annoying defensively because I won't be able to do any damage to it, but it'll be able to damage me. So I'll just offload these units and then push this commander into here. They can just rest for the time being. This commander can pick up this unit and then move around. Place the unit here. And we can do a coordinated well, I don't think we even need to do a coordinated attack. I think we just take out the walls in one hit. Oh, not quite that time. And that one's even stronger. Right, okay. Well, that's good to know. But now, thankfully, we still actually have a movement on the commander, so I'll move him there. And get the samurai to move around the side. And we can actually see him trying to make an escape, so I will quickly make an effort to stop that happening, because there's nothing more annoying than the AI just decides to make more settlements. Although it would technically help us for our military victory, it just annoys me. I will sit in the middle here because I'm kind of perfectly covering all these units with our command radius. And I'll hit into this back district, so we get that district under control. So next turn we should pretty much take him out the game, because we can quite easily take this out as well. We have 831. I think to just make this a bit easier, I'll just add a little 1 here. And I probably have the freedom to pick up one of these economic city-states now, just to give us a little bit more gold for later on. Can help us make more tea houses or something. Again, because I have so many things that are helping me with war support, I don't really need all of my influence to go towards it. I would rather start making temples everywhere because they give us such a nice happiness bonus, and then continue with tea houses. And it just keeps me in a permanent celebration, which keeps me having the +3 combat strength from my celebrations all the time. So we'll end the turn, and even though we're only 20 turns into the age, and this has taken a long time to do because it's a military campaign, we've taken a player out of the game, we're about to take a second player out of the game, and at this point it should snowball quite quickly. We should just start taking units out of the game every 5 or so turns. I mean, he started at 10 settlements, he's down to 7, and at the end of this turn he's going to be down to 6 ideally. So I will just push these units, and you really need to zoom in more often. I'll push this unit into here. We'll take this unit into there. We've got 2 movement, and one of those is our heroic assault. So I will heroic assault into this guy, but first I'll place both of my samurai and move them up against Qobdo, although it looks as if I can take that out quite easily. Just finish that unit off. We've got a commander here which we can just kill right away. We can place down this samurai to just finish off this courser. And then I'll put these 2 units in, and we'll go over to the left here and ideally take out whatever this settlement is. Odawara. So move him there, move a unit round to the left, and then again that's pressed up against Tubman, so we'll pretty much be going straight into a Tubman war as soon as we're done with this. I don't really need to place him. I think I'll just move him physically onto this tile now. This bowman can just stay there. And again, we just sit and wait with this commander. And we sit and wait with this unit. Wait with this unit. Over here, we can probably take everything now. So This commander unfortunately doesn't have manoeuvre, otherwise I could use him to get round the back. But they can attack into this tile, that takes out the district. And then I think we actually need to do a combined assault there. We'll attack with you. You can attack into Gangneung. And then we can combined assault into this tile to take out the wall.
Wealth circuit.
And I'll pillage the 80 science there. Unfortunately, because he's out with the range of the commander, he's not getting any of the commander's bonuses, so I'll just leave them up there for the time being. And we will rest for the turn. I feel like the game is going to last about 50 turns, so I'm going to wrap this up in the next couple of turns. We'll take out Yi Sun Shin, we'll call it at turn 25, and then we'll move on to part 2, where I don't think this will be a 3-parter age. I think this will go down in the next stage, in the next video, sorry. So we'll just try and pack things up here, literally. We'll move this samurai into this tile, and ideally he won't die again. We'll see how that works out. If I can manage my commander better, we will be in a better position. I'll move the crossbow, who still can't reach there. Again, I'm just going to move the crossbow into this tile next turn, and then get the samurai out, because it's just better to have them defending. Get the samurai moved down into the zone of control, and just in case somebody appears out of nowhere, I will leave the Dongnae defended by this samurai. We'll keep this settlement, and if we have a quick look at our military, we're now pushing up to about 4 times what Tubman's at, so we're getting closer and closer. This guy's actually out of range of everyone at the time, at the moment. I don't really want to use my combined assault, because ideally I can kill this without needing it, and I can run away. Please, one shot. Okay, so we take that settlement. We're obviously going to leave one of the units in there, and I just want to try and push on to the next assault. So I think here I'm going to continue to push down the maneuver tree. And we can move this unit over to attack this courser. I can push this samurai down to... Oh, is he on the water? Oh, I cannot push him down to attack that. I'll just push him over to the right, and I will move the commander appropriately. We'll bring these units down next turn. Although we'll do that in the next one. And this unit can sit here just now. This unit's not getting bonuses from anyone, although we can just move away and bait them out. We'll move this unit down, and here we can attack into this settlement and finish that off. And then he's only got this one, correct? Oh, he's still got 2. Where's he done another one? I can't even see. Oh, he must have done a distant lands one. Right, okay. Well, we're not quite taking him out of the game. We'll take this settlement, and then it's not really worth pursuing much after that. We don't really need to take them out of the game fully anyway. We just need to get more points than them and push for a transcendent victory. So now that we've taken that, I will push this commander, although we can get a heroic assault quickly. We'll do a heroic assault, kills off that unit. Then I will move the commander. I'll move this unit into here to capture the district, and then I will use the extra attack so that he can hit into here, they can hit into there, and then they can finish it off. And that gets us this settlement. And in my mind, he's out of the game. He's not a threat. He's got one small settlement somewhere that I have no idea where it is. So if I'm lucky, it might be around here, and he's just settled somewhere randomly, although the AI tends to try and group together, so I highly doubt that. And now this commander can actually push for the 5th tree if they really want to. I'm trying to think if there's anything specific I would want. I don't think I need amphibious on this map. It doesn't feel like an amphibious game. Although I could probably push for the coordinated assault and onslaught, so I'll just do that. This commander gets another bonus too. I'll take the maneuver because it will help us get across the map quicker. And I will just pack up the units that I have available. Unfortunately, this cog's now just going to sit here and be a nuisance, but it should be fine. I will get this commander to go and sit in Gaesong for a bit and just heal up. And similarly, I will make sure that all of the units are close to full health here before I move away with them. I'll swap these units over so it's the lower health one that's commandeering that, so I don't have to take as much time to get back into the game. And here our fleet commander's now back down. And we can see some walls here, so yeah, this fleet commander can be useful for us. So I'll just unpack 3 of the units. We'll unpack the 4th one here. And now they are in position to actually be of use for me in the next little bit. It looks like he's going to get this city-state. I'll just let him, it's not much of an issue. I might even just make peace with him because I can't be bothered going to find out where he is. We'll see how much. Oh, you can only take 200. You can't take any more than that. He's 800 influence. So I will quite happily take 200 influence from him. We'll call it a day. That was a nice, comfortable war in some nice open space in comparison to our last antiquity age that we had, where everything was stupidly hard to deal with. And we'll push into the next turn. Hopefully I won't lose anything important here. Taoism's taken over. It doesn't look like it. It seems like that was a pretty neutral turn. They just kind of moved units about. We're at 25 out of 17 settlements and we're at 145. So as soon as we get to about 240, which we probably will reach, we'll take Tubman down to about 20 or something before long, and then we'll end up going into a transcendent quite quickly. We just need to get to a position where we can actually denounce now. So we'll denounce and we'll hinder military production on her. And in the next video, we'll basically finish off Toyotomi with his 5 settlements, and we'll push into Tubman and Gilgamesh at the same time. So I'll probably use the Dongnae to push right into Gilgamesh on its own. We'll just try and pack it up with a bunch of units, and then we'll take this commander and this commander to try and take her out, and we should be able to push for that in a relatively short time frame. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope that people manage to glean something from this and learn a little bit about the combat within the game, and also just learn how amazing Sengoku Japan is. If you haven't already got the DLC for whatever reason and you're just waiting for the future, you've got something to look forward to if you like your military games. And if there's anything else that you want to know that I haven't mentioned today or I've kind of glossed over, just feel free to leave it down below and I'll address it when I can. And other than that, I'll just keep putting research into different things so that I'm always given the most accurate information that I can. I don't imagine that everything I say is perfect, because the game does change a lot, like I've mentioned multiple times. They keep on changing small things to balance things out without telling anyone, and you have to figure it out before it happens. But I always try and keep on top of it as best I can and communicate that when I can. So again, thank you so much for watching. I have been Sean Splains, and I'll see you in the next one.